It was officially the last weekend without football, but it was not the last time we'll hear of drama involving the Dallas Cowboys and a contract. And the Dallas Cowboys have figured it out again. Micah Parsons does not want to be a Cowboy, at least according to what he put out on social media on Friday. Has basically just said, yeah, I'm good here. Felt like he was disrespected, et cetera, et cetera. And so Jerry Jones was up in Oxnard, and he was having this fruit fly literally almost went in my
aggressive.
mouth. This thing almost went in my mouth.
It's aggressive.
It's aggressive. This thing really is aggressive.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him.
Jesus Christ.
He's elusive.
All right, so Jerry Jones, maybe it was Jerry sent him in here, but Jerry Jones spoke in Oxnard on Friday.
I mean, he definitely reeks
and
right now.
He was definitely a little pissy when the conversation turned to the Micah Parsons trade request.
I started negotiations in March.
What with his agent?
I said I started negotiation in March, and I've negotiated double handfuls of contracts just like I did in March.
He thought it was
again. Are you asking me?
Yeah.
I started that in March. I visited with him in negotiation.
My question is, he thought the meeting was about leadership, not about his contract.
It's my answer. It's my answer. I was negotiating in March. As always, in any relationships, there are different moods at different times of your relationship. That's what it is. Don't lose any sleep over.
So just to be
that's
clear,
one thing I would say to our fans: don't lose any sleep over.
Just to be clear, you don't feel the relationship has changed at all from the Super Bowl Big 12?
Again, I know my attitude, and my attitude is the same one I've had. I think the world of Micah. He's an outstanding player. He can really help us, but he's got to fit in with what's in the best interest of the team, and that's what the negotiation's all about.
So, Jerry Jones discussing the Micah Parsons situation in Oxnard.
Why is it so difficult for them? I mean, you look at other organizations who are able to pay their top players and get business done. Let's just say, I don't know, Philadelphia. That seems to be like a team that's won the Super Bowl, signed guys back, builds up rosters that are able to get to multiple Super Bowls. They don't ever have it, or at least doesn't feel like they have as much drama in the offseason in regards to their top players. Now, Dallas Cowboys fans may take issue with that, but I would say between Dak, CD, Micah, you can go back to Zeke, it's always something. And look, Philly's had their moments where they've been frustrated with all of Nick Sirianni's success, like it wasn't good enough. Or they've questioned if Jalen Hurts was good enough, even though he's never given them anything other than playing through injuries, a reason to believe otherwise. He outplayed Mahomes in the first Super Bowl. You know, obviously played fantastic this past one. I mean, just every single time. So just using that, if that's the bar. And I think Jerry Jones talks about winning Super Bowls. Every team talks about that. But for the Dallas Cowboys in particular, because that's in your division as well, just look a little bit northeast. And you never have a team that deals with this sort of drama like the Cowboys do. So either he's just tired of listening about it and the deal's going to get done soon, or maybe there's more there. I don't know. But there's a lot to that whole March meeting and negotiations backstory from all accounts.
Yeah, like he offered a contract. He said he offered him a nice contract, a fair contract, but he offered him a contract. It's like it's basically being put out there. He didn't want to talk to the agent. He doesn't want to negotiate with the agent. And that's from his mouth. I think those are his words.
I don't think he's talked to the agent.
He doesn't want to talk to the agent.
Which, I mean, here's what I'd say about that is because he gave out the example of dealing with Des Bryant, and then that became a thing because he talked about Jay-Z and Rock Nation and Des Bryant before that contract. So, again, just another example of a contract where there was drama. And look, I can understand the perspective of a guy who's a billionaire that's like, I don't want to talk to the guy who's ultimately, I mean, the agent can say whatever he wants. Ultimately, the player has to say, okay, let's go. Let's sign this deal. Is that accurate?
You got to talk to the agent, man.
I'll put it this way. I just went through a situation with the house. I didn't try not to talk to the agent. I cut out one of the agents. I'll usually just say, hey, act as a dual agent, but I'll kind of represent myself in this. I do it all the time.
I don't disagree with you, but standard procedure and protocol, as it has historically applied, you talk to the agent. The agent goes back to the player, talks to the player. Whatever either the player is saying, get the deal done and bring me the deal, or some players want to be involved. But generally speaking, he can't be green to the idea that I talk to the agent and the agent takes the information back to the player. So I feel like that's not, it's why not just talk to the agent? if the player wants you to talk to the agent, talk to the agent.
Well, he gave you the reason.
Oh, I mean,
if you read what he said about the Des Bryant situation, he said agents are great when you're getting a contract done. Then as soon as they need to call him about an issue with the player, they never pick up. Which, I mean,
I don't feel like that justifies one to the other.
It probably doesn't, but there's some truth to that.
It doesn't. I'm not a fan of agents, so I'm not, and I'm definitely not a fan of Micah's agent. So I'm not even in the conversation to support or defend anything that has to do. There's maybe a handful of agents that I think are okay people, but I'll leave it at still, this. You got to use your representation.
Jerry Jones is the common denominator in all of this. It's not. I mean, players have come and gone. Agents have come and gone. It's Jerry Jones.
Does this feel different, though, than...
It feels a little different, man.
To me, it does.
It has a little bit of a different... there's a little bit more, venom connected to this one.
I just... The Dak and the Des... And maybe it's how Dak and Des Bryant sort of reacted during their negotiations, but this one feels like Mike has definitely taken it personal.
But didn't Des respond to Jerry Jones saying what he said about the negotiation? It was basically keep my name out your mouth. Well, isn't that kind of what he said?
Well, he just said he didn't want him to. He said, be careful about opening up that box, because then the stories can go both ways, whatever that means.
Yeah. I was saying that Micah wasn't. What was our debate about? Micah's it's just coming. The contract is coming.
He's looking.
He's not looking for it. It's going to find him or something to that effect. It hasn't aged well. It has not aged well.
Because now he's looking elsewhere. For that contract.
Yeah, it hasn't aged well.
Mike has definitely taken it personal. Like you can tell just by the messaging, everything that he.
Oh, and he's hurt by it. I think to say taking it personal, I think give it more context. This has hurt. This has hurt his feelings. This has hurt him. Now, people might say, well, hey, no, feelings shouldn't be involved. Then they shouldn't to a certain degree. But in sports, feelings are a part of it. And feelings should be a part of it. When you want to understand why an organization may win or may lose, why they may have success or have failures, it's because the people that you employ that work for your organization take a sense of a feeling of pride and ownership over their job and what their job represents to the success of the organization. When you make people feel the way that they feel, and this is clearly a situation where the employee has the value that he's seeking in comparison to the comps of the other guys that have gotten contracts. It shouldn't have come to this. And if you were going to take this much time to get it done, I think the biggest error here is that the communication is taking place through the media. It's like Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys enjoy taking the communication of what's going on and what's taking place through the media. And some people just they're not built like that. They don't take somebody negotiating and using the negotiating tactics where maybe it's a little bit diminishing on the person or it impacts the person in a way in the public where, Mike is getting attacked right now. People are attacking him on social media and different things like that. When there's contract situations, athletes are always targeted.
I never get that, man.
The athletes are targeted, and I just don't I don't understand why you would allow one of your beloved players, one of your arguably your best player, to be in a situation where he says what he says, and now the damage is done. You get a contract done. There's going to be residual damage from what's taking place right now. Just knowing how Micah is, he's ultra competitive. He's a super loving, caring, loyal dude. That's his way. I know for certain there is going to be a residual. Like, for instance, I think what the biggest residual effect will be is maybe the hard feelings, they dissipate, but the trust isn't there anymore. And the worst thing that could ever happen, it happened to me as a player, when you have that naiveness of that fine line between keeping it business and trying to figure out if you're a family. The hardest lesson I learned is that you're not a family. This is a business, so handle it as a business, and what comes along with that is what comes along with it.
Have you talked to him?
I'll remain silent on that. I don't, I just know this. I know that he wants to be a Dallas Cowboy. I know that it is not. He's not happy with being in the situation that he's in terms of how it resonates with the fans.